In this box is the best camera for beginner photography. But before we get there, let's talk over the 5 criteria you should be looking for in the perfect beginner camera. Now, for everyone who starts out on their photography journey, the goal is simple: learn how to take better photographs and have fun while doing it. Now, there's a long list of videos pushing gear as the next solution to your photography problems, but just know this is not one of those. If you already have a camera that fits even most of these criteria, then it's best to just use what you already have to learn and grow. The only thing that will make you a better photographer is to learn, and the only way to do that is to go out and shoot. Now, if you don't already own a camera and are wanting to learn and grow in your photography skill, that's where this video can help. So first, let's go over the criteria that the perfect beginner camera has to meet. You need a camera that is compact. It's been said that the best camera is the one you have with you. Now, whether you agree or disagree with that statement, the truth behind it is if your camera is a pain to take with you, you won't take it and you won't use it. When you're starting out, the goal is to use your camera as much as possible. So having one that's compact and easy to take with us is a must. Number 2, you need a camera that is fun to use. Again, the goal is to use this thing as much as possible. So if it's fun to shoot with, it'll keep you coming back more and more, which is what we need when we're first starting out. Number 3, you need a camera that is frictionless. Now, what do I mean by that? I mean, it's easy to share images and they look good with minimal editing or straight out of camera. Again, you can go from shooting to sharing really quick and really easy. Number 4, you need a camera that can grow with you. Starting out, you might think you're gonna love portrait photography only to find out that you love landscapes or product photography instead. A camera that's a good all-arounder is gonna serve you better than something that is specifically designed for one aspect of photography. You can always specialize as you grow and as you know what you want to go into. Along with that, make sure it has interchangeable lenses and a large selection of quality lenses. It's a bonus if you can get these lenses inexpensively, especially starting out. And number 5, you need a camera that is a teaching tool. Learning should be your highest goal with this camera. So something that can teach you how exposure works in a way that separates ISO, shutter speed, and aperture is a huge deal. All right, now that we've set out our criteria, let's go back and find out what's inside the box. And now the moment you've all been waiting for. The camera that has all of these features and more. The best beginner photography camera for 2023, in my opinion, is the Fujifilm X-T3. It has a 26.1 megapixel X-Trans CMOS 4 sensor, 3-inch 1.04 million dot touchscreen LCD, TTL 256 zone metering, a 0.5 3.69 million dot OLED color viewfinder, and a startup time of 0.3 seconds, approximately. Now, for most of us, this should mean absolutely nothing, except for the fact that it is a capable and modern camera. These are the important specs. It's compact, being on the smaller size compared to most mirrorless cameras. It is incredibly fun to shoot. Fujifilm is constantly being praised for their ergonomic design that tons of people love. It has a pretty decent app that makes transferring images to your phone easy, and the camera comes with some really great film simulations that are amazing straight out of camera. You can change the lenses. Also, Fuji lenses are constantly rated as some of the sharpest by any camera brand. And their entry-level lenses, the Fujicrons, are tiny. I mean, look at the size of this. This is Fuji's entry-level 35mm, and this is Sony's. Now, you might be saying that's a little unfair because Fuji's a crop sensor and the 35 on the crop sensor is really a 52.5mm equivalent on Sony's full frame. And you're right. So here's the 55mm for the Sony. Still significantly smaller, lighter, easier to take with you, And if you want to go with third-party lenses for Fuji, over the last few years, they have had a ton of manufacturers starting to make lenses for the Fuji X-mount. And here's one of the most important things. See these dials right here? Yeah, it has separate manual dials for shutter speed and ISO. And almost all of their lenses have an aperture ring, allowing you to operate each one independently and making shooting in manual that much easier to learn, understand, and use. Okay, I realize there's a slight problem with my choice, and that's that these are no longer sold new. Fuji's on to the X-T5, and while it's a fantastic camera, it's priced at $1,700, which is a bit much for most people to pay for their first camera. By all means, if that's in your price range, go for it. You will not be sorry. You can pick up an X-T3 right now used for around $900, but if that's out of your price range, I'd say go with the Fuji X-T2. It's a little bit older tech, but you still get the most important features that will help you on your photography journey. If you don't want to go the used route and would rather buy a camera brand new, then I suggest the Fujifilm X-T30 Mark II. There are some technical differences, but the only thing you're really giving up with this camera versus the X-T3 is there's no dedicated ISO dial. Everything else stays the same, and it even has the same sensor as the X-T3. If you have the ability or are traveling, having a family get-together, something along the lines that you'd be using your camera for, I recommend trying it out before buying. Either try borrowing from a friend, renting from your local camera store, or a place like ShareGrid or LensRentals.com. I shot Fuji for years, and while my main kit isn't Fuji anymore, I thoroughly enjoy the shooting experience. I might be a little bit biased, but I truly believe they make the best cameras for learning. Again, if you already have a camera, just go out and use it. We get too caught up in looking for the next piece of gear to help us shortcut our way to success when the only thing that will get us there is doing the work. I've definitely been suckered into thinking that this next piece of gear will be the thing that gets me there, when the only thing that's really helped me learn is putting in the reps, going out there and shooting more and more. So go out there, shoot, have fun, and learn something new. And if you found this video helpful and want to connect, leave a comment below. That's the beauty of YouTube, is we get to connect with one another. If you want to learn how to shoot manual, check out this video where I'll teach you how to shoot manual in just 10 minutes. All right, I'll see you in the next one.